Happy New Year, everyone! This is Miyoko, and welcome to my Art Heart Monday series. This is a vlog that's meant to be from a beginner intermediate artist for other beginning intermediate artists. If you're a really established artist and have come here anyway, awesome! Thank you so much! And thank you if you are not an established artist as well. I really appreciate the support. Today I wanted to talk about learning art for free. I know that a lot of beginning artists are literally starting out with nothing except like old homework sheets and Bic pens. So I wanted to reach out and remind everyone about the resources that might be available for you guys to use. These resources will vary in availability and price depending on where you live and where you're at. However, I hope that there will be one or two options that will be something that you will be able to do as well. The first one is the library. I totally forgot how valuable the library is. And it's not just the local library. If you're going to school right now, the library in your school is also valuable. And most of the time, if you're in middle school or high school, there's typically a library just right in the school that you can go to. I would highly recommend going to the art section of your library and taking a look at the books that are available. Even if you're looking for a very specific style like anime or Disney, the art books there will probably have like a thing or two that you can learn. For example, color mixing and compositions are really useful and really help you as an artist to improve the pieces that you make. So once you're done with the art section, you can even go to the biology section for animal and human references if there aren't really the types of references that you need in the art section. You can use these books not only to understand like the biological aspects of your subjects, but you'll also have realistic images of skeletons and bone structures to help you figure out the limitations of your drawings. And when I'm saying this, what I mean is like if you understand sort of the muscles and how they move, you kind of get a better understanding when you draw them on a sheet of paper what you can and cannot do with a body. Or, you if you're into bodies that are doing crazy things, that's okay too. But I just think just having that knowledge really helps you better understand how things can work in real life and how you can put that real life on paper. Some larger libraries even have creative centers where you can make buttons and do 3D printing. It's actually really amazing because when I was in college, I didn't realize that the local library had this like sort of art section. It's like in the kids section, so I felt a little embarrassed going in there, but I like looked around and they have like iPads and 3D printers and buttons, and like it's a really creative space. And I've heard that other artists sort of use it too as a last minute like, oh, I need to do I need to make a couple more buttons and things like that. So see if your library offers something like that. And some libraries actually offer classes as well, so there could be some really cheap or free art classes being taught by a local artist. It's a really great opportunity to learn more about how to become an artist and to sort of see beyond like who you follow, like how else can art work in the world around you, or how can you become an artist and how do you get there. I always think that additional perspective is really great. For those of you who are in college, you should check to see if you have a free subscription to lynda.com or another online teaching resource. These resources are often underutilized by students, and and lynda.com actually provides a lot of online support on a wide variety of topics, not just art. When I was a software trainer in undergrad, and we'd often point people to lynda.com who wanted to learn, coding and software programs, so like Photoshop, Illustrator, Word if you need it, Excel, things like that. So I would really highly recommend looking around your school's website and find out potential resources that are free for you. Similarly, subscription services tend to be really cheap for students as well, at least compared to when you pay full price and you're no longer in school. So these subscriptions might actually be a little bit more affordable to you if you have a little bit of money on the side, because there can be some really great artists who are teaching on these sites, and it's just free, or I guess if you pay it's not free, but it's just there for you to use, and it's just countless numbers of subjects. I highly recommend taking a class if you can, but I know a lot of you probably have a limited budget. Those of you who are in high school and middle school, I would really recommend taking an art class while these classes are free to you. I know that a lot of people are sort of mixed about, taking art classes in high school, whether or not your teacher likes or dislikes anime or the drawing style that you want to do. But I do think that there is a lot of value in being, I don't want to say classically trained. I don't think that's the right term, but having a mentor look at your art and challenge you in ways that you normally would not challenge yourself. If you don't have time to take a class, you might try joining the school art club or try starting one with your art teacher. Um, and for those people who have a budget of like maybe at most $200, you can consider taking community classes or continuing education classes. These classes are often at night for an hour and a half once a week. I would anticipate that these classes are really more than $100. I just got a brochure in the mail, and there was like a basic drawing class. I think it was a 3 month long thing, one night a week for an hour and a half, and it was like I think it was like $59. It was super cheap, especially when you consider how much college credits, 4 year college credits cost. It's a really good deal, and it's not like you're really being graded, and it's not really impacting your GPA. It's more skills building. So I would highly recommend those. Um, so honestly, I don't anticipate that these classes should cost more than $100, but you would be taught by a professional for a really, really great price. So consider looking at community colleges or continuing education. Sorry, excuse me, I can speak today. Continuing education classes or even community classes.